Oh, how y'all doing? I'm trying to get a people chance to come in. We got some stuff to talk about today. I've been on sabbatical after we went to Florida, and I just been transmuting energy and listening for the universe to talk to me. So today, I was told to get up. I went down to my meditation spot, and I started seeing all these signs. I seen a blue jay at the meditation spot. I had 7 Canadian geese, 2 swans, right? And then it was these little birds called a swift, and they kept flying right in front of my face. So I'm trying to read what the universe is saying so I can translate it. And the things that I was downloading was tied to Malachi York situation. The Malachi situation is a unique situation. I read to the people with the Empress the order that was given by a competent judge to enforce the diplomatic status of Malachi. And when I read that into the public to let the people know what's going on, I was watching the Nuwabians, the Sabians, the old Ansars, how they moving. And the infiltration of black devils, as Dr. York called them, is so organized. And Malachi not in there for what they say he in there for. He in there because of flat out betrayal. And so while I'm watching, I'm seeing how everything is unfolding. I keep telling people it's not about money. Money not the issue. We're getting any other chiefs that's been held in captivity out. The only remedy is sovereign jurisdiction, not nationality. A sovereign overrides nationality. A sovereign dictate to nations what they gonna do. So it's not about nationality, it's about sovereign jurisdiction. It's about organizing we the people to understand what's taking place across tribes on the land in the face of a common enemy. I never seen anything like this phenomenon. When I was first told to look at it, they said that the infiltrators was more organized than the FBI and the CIA. And I'm like, that's some organized ass shit. Excuse my language. I'm gonna try to hold my profanity down for this particular one. So, as we make our steps to regain our sovereign jurisdiction and our tribal right to govern this land, this is an ongoing process. Everybody want a fast food, pop it in the oven, microwave fix. That doesn't exist in reality. That's the conditioning of the fast food culture. The transfer of power from one group of people to another group of people is a process, And this process has been dragging on for 5 years now. And now we are closing in on where they ain't gonna be forced to release the chiefs to allow them to address their tribes. It's chiefs y'all don't know about that's been held in captivity. We know about the ones who are higher ranking, like Larry Hoover, Jeff Ford, Chief Malik Angel Bay. We know about Big Tookie. We know them names because those are urban legends that's larger than life. So when you look at the infiltration that the Panthers went through, you go back to the FBI snitch program. All this is stuff that's already in my Instagram. As you scroll closer to the bottom, a lot of this information will come up. But as you go through the COINTELPRO operations, we got to out-strategize these people. Go back to what Martin said. He said, build, baby, build. Organize, baby, organize. He say, we are out organized more than anything else. What did Malcolm say? Malcolm say they will use the media to make the good guy look like the bad guy and convince the public to demand the lynching and demand the blood of a righteous man by media influence. We looking at this stuff. Y'all looking at stuff, but y'all ain't paying attention. See, I've been telling people for years now, GINDJAB was Clive Davis. That was his job. The chain reaction is what you looking for. Because Diddy get investigated, and now Clive is in peril. The same motherfucker same one put the hit on Whitney, same one put the hit on Bobby Christina. He the same one owned the Face Records, same one owned Bad Boy, same one owned So Def. He the same one that slid up under Aretha Franklin. He's the same one slid up under Phyllis Hyman and dog handled these people and think that judgment ain't coming for his head. The chain reaction, it's gonna blow y'all mind when y'all find out who the facilitators are. See, they think they can move to places like Mexico and escape the wrath of this beast. The beast is purging itself. He's going through a catharsis. And the beast is the legal fiction that you call the U.S. corporation or the United States government. The catharsis is they can't give it back to us until they get done rounding them up. So while we looking at what's going on, remember the chain reaction. One thing leads to another thing that leads to another thing. Malachi said, getting me out of prison is like unlocking a combination lock. The problem is not to get him out of prison. The problem is to get him home safe and secure. We can't trust the way that his clan moving to send him directly back, so we're going to have to do what the tribes call bridging the clans. So you're going to have to find a clan with the security capabilities to protect him when he come out of there, and to give him the opportunity to clean his house up before they allowed to run rampant over him. It's not about money. Not gonna get Malachi out. People keep trying to raise money to get him out. Let them raise money. They raising it for themselves. This is about jurisdictional supremacy. It's about the right of the people from the land to exercise their jurisdictional supremacy as the sovereign heirs to the Americas, to demand that we see our chiefs and let the chiefs give the reports to the people as they supposed to by tribal right, by tribal authority. They gonna tell you everything that I've been telling you, but they gonna tell it to you according to how they talk to the individual tribe. For example, Angel Bay might not call them dirty Moors, he might call them infiltrators. And he know who they is. See, when you fighting a war, you have to know the different strategies that you face with. When we look in the history books, that's what you call a frame of reference that allows you to look at a problem from a different perspective. You got to look at it from as many angles as possible before you determine the right direction to move in, because it'll reveal itself. Remember, the solution is always inside of the problem. So when you're reviewing the problem, you are continuously mulling over the solution. And as you continue to mull over the solution, it's going to become self-evident. It's going to appear on its own. This is the higher learning that you have to train yourself to do. Keep going over the problem until you can find the solution, because the solution is in the problem, right? It's about looking at the law of opposites, the law of correspondence, the law of cause and effect. You have to look at these things in order to look at it from so many different angles that you can't be duped. The saddest thing in the whole struggle right now is you have people that are related to a person that's done work, massive amounts of work, and earned everything they got, and feel like because they related that the person that earned it should finance their whole life just because they related. That is the most selfish, self-centered, egotistical, sociopathical, narcissistic manner of thinking. Entitlement by relation. Just because you have the title of prince don't mean you're going to be a king. You might not earn your right to sit on the throne as the king. So you just going to live your life and you're going to be 90 years old and they still going to be calling you Prince Charming. Because you don't want to do the self-work required to give you, to exercise your blood right to secure your kingdom and your king seat. So you feel because you related to the one who did the work that by proxy that they work should be attributed to you. It don't work like that. That's why many are called and few are chosen, because don't nobody want to do this hard ass work. Don't nobody want to do the heavy lifting. Don't nobody want to grab the bear knowing that he might not survive. They all want to play it safe. They want to fly under the radar. They don't want to ruffle no feathers. They don't want to step on no toes. And what happened? They end up with a brown nose. They end up being subjugated. They end up being a willing participant in their own subjugation and oppression. You can't break nobody like that free. The only person you can help get free is the one who value freedom more than they value servitude and bondage. But the ones who want to go along to get along, they make it hard for the ones that's putting in the work to get us all to the place where we can be able to be rightfully compensated for the work that we do. All this knowledge I be giving y'all, I was already paid for. I keep telling people, my sister and brother paid for it. That's why I give it away for free. Right? Why I don't do arguments and debates? Because what's the first thing that somebody say in a debate? What's your source? What's your source? So now I'm arguing somebody else's opinion as if it's fact. So I'm going to use somebody else's opinion to validate my perception. They not more valid to me than I am to me. Look, look at the literacy rate for the last 200 years around the world. Then look at who was allowed to learn before the advent of the slave system that accidentally gave more people knowledge than ever before, trying to keep them oppressed. You reverse educate them to make them put themselves in bondage. But the literacy rate in the 1800s, who is these people that's writing this paperwork? They all in secret societies because the only people that was learning to read and write was the ones who was a member of a brotherhood, of a guild. Reading and writing is not commonplace in the historical narrative as people would like to believe. The majority of people could not read or write. So when you have slaves writing these narratives in perfect King's English, Queen's English, or whoever the hell English it is, who taught them how to read? I thought it was punishment by death if you caught one of us reading and writing, but you got these people writing these slave narratives. They writing receipts for ships, right? Who is writing these receipts? They was in a brotherhood. All of them is part of a secret society agenda, right? So they got manifest, what language they wrote in, right? They telling us that these places, these ports on the west coast of Africa is where they was shipping the slaves off. Go look at them. There's cannons facing the water. The cannons is not facing inland. The cannons are facing the water. Think about that. You got foreigners invading the continent to get slaves, but the cannons is facing the water. Do you believe everything these people tell you? If the cannons is facing the water, the threat wasn't coming from the land. That means that whoever structures those was defending them against somebody that was coming on the water. Same with Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico, Pirates of the Caribbean, was the storehouse of conquistadors' wealth. As they pillaged the lands north and south, they stored their wealth under what they call the Code of Thieves, where you allowed to establish a safe haven for criminals under the Code of Thieves. Most of us don't know that it was really something called a Code of Thieves. And these were the blueprints for the money magic. Because they tell us there's no honor among thieves, but they follow a strict set of rules. They follow guidelines in order that one thief don't steal another thief's proceeds, right? Why are they thieves in the first place? because they want what somebody else got without putting in the work. This is where we at. This is what we facing right now. We facing a group of infiltrators who won't